6 months ago, I picked up this Hercules high-torque impact wrench with the 2-inch extended anvil. And since then, it's been through several automobile projects. I don't work on cars every day, nor do I work at a shop, but occasionally I do work on cars here and there too. And a tool like this really does help out, especially for getting in those really deep places. I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinions from a DIY standpoint. One of my most recent projects was replacing a water pump off of a 2007 Toyota RAV4 with the 2GR FE V6 engine. And on these particular third generation RAV4s with a V6 engine, there is a motor mount that sits above the water pump that you have to remove. And in order to get to that, you need some extensions along with the socket in order to get to the bolts to remove the motor mount out the way. And because I already have this impact wrench with the extended anvil, I was able to put a shorter extension onto it. Even though I still had to use an extension to get the bolts down there by the motor mount, I still didn't have to use a very long one. And that means that I was able to retain most of the torque still provided by this impact wrench. I've also used it to help me seal the power steering pump on my Honda. I haven't had any issues with this impact wrench yet, and of course you can still use it just like a regular impact wrench. Just be mindful that it is longer, obviously, because of the anvil there. Before I got this impact wrench, I used to use my deep sockets pretty often, especially when I needed just a little bit more reach on my regular impact wrench. But now with this one, I could just pull out my regular sized sockets. I mostly work on passenger vehicles and light duty trucks, but in terms of performance, I don't really have anything bad to say about this impact wrench. But let's say you're working on heavy duty equipment, you might want to look for a bigger battery. Go for something like this 12 amp hour battery. You'll never have to charge it ever again. Well, I mean, you won't have to charge it too many times, but it'll definitely provide you a good amount of torque for whatever machinery you're working on. Let's say you did decide to go for the 12 amp hour battery on this tool. It is quite heavy, to be honest. Much heavier than the 5 amp hour battery, and of course, significantly heavier than going with an air hose and a regular air impact wrench. This tool itself weighs 2,852 grams already, and if you add the weight of 1,527.1 grams of the 12 amp hour battery onto the impact wrench, you're looking at 4,379.1 grams. And if you're still using air, take my NitroCat 1200K for example, it weighs 2,166.1 grams, which is significantly lighter than the Hercules, but you do have to factor in that you're still dragging the air hose around too. From a DIY perspective, this is a great tool to have, especially in situational occasions. I have invested into the Hercules lineup, which is great since I don't work on machinery or construction as a living. But as for a homeowner who aims to be self-sustainable, tools like these help me become just that. 6 months ago when I bought this tool, I paid $189.99 for it. At the time of this video, you can purchase this tool for $159.99 at Harbor Freight. That's great because that's a $30 discount that you're getting from 6 months ago. I don't have the money to go full out on Makita, DeWalt, or Milwaukee, but if I did work a job that requires power tools to bring me a paycheck, that would make sense to go with the bigger brands. But there are other people in jobs like these who have given Hercules a try, and so far most have been happy as well. I'm very impressed by the reliability of these Hercules tools so far. And since the brushless tools have a 5-year warranty and the batteries have a 3-year warranty, that's fantastic, especially since you can get a new tool the same day at a Harbor Freight store if you need to utilize the warranty. I'm looking forward to the next coming years with these Hercules products. If you find this video useful, consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Your support really goes a long way. And as always, thanks for watching. I mainly work on passenger vehicles and small trucks, but I haven't had anything